Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's start with this another interesting stories summary. The fun they had. English class 9. Let's start. Let's see the stages. Mary writes diary, telebooks. She hated the school. Margie's learning. Geography sector said was right. Margie wished about the television teacher. Tommy tells her about the old kind of schools. The old kind of schools are described and Margie's school time. Let's start. Margie even writes a diary. Margie even wrote about the book in her diary on the page headed 17th of May 2157. She wrote, "Today, Tommy found a real book." The real book? Yes. So, Maggie write today. Maggie used to write the diary every night before going to sleep. So, on 17th of May 2157. Now, currently it is 2022. So, in 2157 of 17th of May, of course, it was vacations for us. Yes. So it was 17th of May 2157, and she writes the first sentence today. Tommy found a real book. Who is this Tommy? Tommy is is Margie's brother. Okay. Margie was 11 years old and Tommy was 13 years old. Okay. Now let's start ahead. It was very old book. Margie's grandfather once said that when he was a little boy, his grandfather told him about a time all the stories were printed on the paper. They turned the pages. They were wrinkled and yellow. The words stood still. They did not move on as on the screen. So now, how is the real book? The description is mentioned that it was very old book. Then she described the time that we are in 2022. All the stories are printed on the paper. If we see the books, all the lessons are printed on the paper. They turned the pages that were wrinkled and yellow. Since it was very old book and it was found in the attic, so it was yellowish in color and the words stood still. So for them, it is a new thing, a real book. So they were all surprised as we can see in this image. A telebook. Tommy calls the real book as a real vase. Her younger, her brother calls the real book as a real vase. When they read the book, they threw it away. When they read the book, they threw it away. That television screen must have very big to have many books. The television screen must have been very big to have many books. It was still good for many more books. It was same for Margie, though she had not seen many telebooks. So now in this slide, Tommy says the real books are actually real base. If we take an example, now we are in grade 9. Our grade 8 textbook, we are of course giving it to we throw the book for recycling. Yes, or few might give it for another batch, but yes, most of them give it for recycling. So at a certain point, Tommy was right that these books are actually a waste. And if we compare the book with the telebooks, there are millions of books kept. And once we are done with the 8th standard book, we can go to the 9th standard book. So we won't throw the tally book. So take an example of the laptop. Now, once we are done with this video, we won't throw it in the recycling. No, we won't. Okay. And here we can see the tally books. Let's go to the next slide. Margie hated the school. Margie was 11 years of age. Margie was 11 and Tommy was 13. She asked him where he found the book. So now Margie, as I have told you, Margie was 11 years of old and Tommy was 13 years. Now she asked Tommy, where did you found this book? So Tommy replies, I found it in the attic. So Tommy tells, I found it in the attic. She asks what it is all about. What is written in the book? So he replies, it is about the school. Margie exclaimed, school? What was there to write about a school? As she hated that. Okay. So now she asks Tommy that what it is all about, what is written in the book. So Tommy replies her, it is all about school. So Margie tells school, who is going to write on school? And she hates school. So such a boring topic, she exclaimed. So why did she hated the school? Why did Margie hated the school? She always hated the school, but now she hated more than more than before. It was because her mechanical teacher had been giving her test after test in geography. So why did Margie hated the school? Very important question. So she hated the school because the mechanical teacher was giving her test after test. After one test, yes, today you did this test, tomorrow do this test. So she was irritated with the test after test. And why only in geography she was means irritated? Because she was doing worse and worse. She was doing worse and worse. Means she was getting good marks in other subjects, but less marks in geography subject. At last, her mother sent for the county inspector. What is this county inspector? What is who is he? What it is appearance? His appearance. Questions might come. So her mother sends for a county inspector. County inspector is basically a person who checks the mechanical teacher. Is there any fault in the mechanical teacher? The television set right. The inspector was round little man. The round little man. He had a red face and a box of tools, dials, and wires. So we could see the county inspector was round in face. He had dials and wires with him. He smiled at Margie and gave her an apple. So he smiled towards Margie and gave her an apple. He took the television teacher away, and Margie had a hope that he would not know how to set it right. Why? Why Margie thought so? It was because, but after an hour, it was brought again, and her with its big screen. The lessons were shown and the questions were asked. So why did Margie hope so? Because she wanted the county inspector to take her teacher away for 1 week, like it happened with Tommy. Tommy's teacher. What happened to Tommy's teacher? We would say in upcoming slides. So how was Margie's learning? She hated its thought. slot in which she had to put her homework. Why did she hate it? Very important question. She hated the school because first reason was she hated the school because she was getting worse and worse marks. Second, why did she hated much more? Much because she had to put her homework in the proper slot. She had to write them in the punch code. She had to write them in the punch code, and this how to write in the punch code was taught them at the age of 6 years. So she had to submit her test papers, her homework in the proper slot. So she hated this work to put her test papers and homework. The geography sector was right. The inspector smiled and patted Margie's head. He told Margie's mother. What is the name of Margie's mother? Miss Jones. So the county inspector tells Margie's mother that it was not the little girl's fault. It is not the little girl's fault. The geography sector was geared a little too quick. The geography sector was geared too quick. He had slowed that to an average of 10 years. So suppose Margie is 11 years of age. So the lessons were giving of age of 14, that is of 9th standard, and she is of 11 years old. So he have set it at the average of 10 years level. Margie's progress have been quite satisfactory. It is okay. Then he went away. Then the county inspector went away. Okay. Margie's wish about the television screen. One of the question which I asked you all in the previous slide, why did she wish so? Over here. Margie hoped that what she hoped and why. She hoped that the county inspector won't know how to set it right, and why the reason is given in this slide. Margie hoped that they would take the mechanical teacher away. In this sentence, what does they refer to? Margie hoped that they would take the mechanical teacher away. What does they refer to in this sentence? Do let me know in the comment section below. They had done so to Thomas for nearly a month. They had done so to the Thomas mechanical teacher for a month. What happened to Thomas teacher? So Thomas teacher's history sector was completely blank. Thomas mechanical teacher history sector was blanked out. Margie said to Tommy why anyone would write about the school. So Margie says why anyone would write about the school. So Margie was wishing that the county inspector would take the mechanical teacher away for a month and she would get relaxed from the geography test. As it happens, not only for geography, but also for other subjects. As it happens, same with Tommy's mechanical teacher. Tommy tells her about the old kind of schools. Now, Tommy tells Margie about the old kind of school. Tommy told her that it was Tommy told her that it was not that kind of schools. So their kind of schools. Over here, there means it is not the kind of virtual classroom. It was physical school. That was the kind of old school, ancient school that they had there hundreds and hundreds of years ago. How many years are there? So they had hundreds and hundreds of years ago. So it is not the kind of our school system. It is the kind of the school system that prevailed hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Margie's knowledge about the ancient school. Margie was very hurt. Now why? Why was she hurted? Hurt. Margie was very hurt because Tommy told Margie that since Margie was arguing with her about the ancient school and Tommy was enthusiastic to know about the ancient school. So Tommy said, if you don't want to read, please go from here. So Margie was hurt. Hmm. She told Tommy that she didn't mean that. She did not know about this kind of schools, and it is more fun to know about ancient school. She read the book over Tommy's shoulder. She then said that they had the teacher anyway. So Margie tells, anyway, they had at least a teacher, but the teacher was man. So Tommy replied, it was not a regular teacher, it was a man. So what did Tommy mean by a regular teacher? To mention it in the comment section. The regular teacher. It was meant hint. It was uh, physical teacher or mechanical teacher. Options are given. Think. It was a man. Students in those schools. The teacher told the boys and girls. The teacher told the students the things. The teacher explained the things and gave them homework and test series. He asked the questions. He also asked them questions. Margie told Tommy that a man could not be smart enough, but Tommy said he was so. So now Margie tells Tommy that a man cannot be a smart enough as compared to a mechanical teacher. So she thinks mechanical teacher knows everything. So she tells man is not smart enough as compared to the mechanical teacher. So Tommy tells he was intelligent, he was smart. The old schools is now been explained. Margie was not prepared to dispute that. So now again, she was not having points to dispute with Tommy. Since Margie was arguing with Tommy, now she was not having points to dispute with Tommy. So she said that she don't want a strange man in his house and teach her. So Margie was thinking that a teacher would come in our house, teach geography. She would go. Another teacher will come in the house. They will teach history. She would go. But then Tommy laughs and says, they didn't live in a house. They like we have mechanical teacher who lived in a house. They did not live with they didn't live with the students. They had a special building known as school. They had a special building known as school where all the students of neighborhood go together and study in the one classroom if they were of same age group. Now suppose if all the students are born in 2007, they all are in one age group, then they are learning together in one grade, that is grade 7th, in one classroom. If all the age groups are of 2008, they are in 9th. Likewise. Now, the adjustment of television teacher. But Margie said that as per her mother, a teacher had to be adjusted to fit the mind of each boy and girl it taught. So each kid had to be taught differently. Now, Miss John was correct over here that a teacher should be adjusted to fit the mind of each boy and girl and should teach the student differently, individually. So Maggie said that so in the classroom there are 50 students. So but Miss Jones was of opinion that a teacher should teach the students individually as per their level of capability. Now it is a time for Margie's school and Thomas school. So Margie's mother, Miss Jones, called them for their school. Margie asked Tommy if she could read the book after the school. So Tommy walked away. He nodded, let's see, and he walked away. He put the dusty old book under his arm and went in his schoolroom. So now Miss Jones comes and she tells them it is time for your school. So they both go and Margie says, can I read it after some time? So Tommy says, let's see. And he put the dusty books under his arm and go. Now Margie thinks about the ancient school. So Margie put her homework in the proper slot with a sigh. She was still wondering about the old kind of schools. They had them with her grandfather's grandfather was a kid that they had with the grandfather's grandfather when he was a kid. All the kids from neighborhood come laughing and shouting in the schoolyard. Yes, all the kids from the neighborhood come together in the laughing and shouting in the schoolyard. They sat together at the end of the day. They sat together at the end of the day. They could learn the same thing so that they could help each others in their homework and the test papers. And teachers were human beings. So first, what was Margie thinking? That all the children from the neighborhood would laugh and shout and spend their day. Since they are learning the same topic every day, they could help each other in the homework and in the test, class test, achievement test. And the teachers were also the human being. Thinking continues. Now, Margie's teacher is giving the lesson, but Margie is in her world, in her imaginary world. The mechanical teacher was flashing on the screen the fractions of questions. So now mechanical teacher was teaching Margie basically arithmetic lesson on the addition of proper fraction. So Margie was thinking how the kids would have learned, and during that time she was thinking about the fun they had. So here we ends up and the story over here with the last sentence. She was thinking about the fun they had. Written by Isaac Asimov. Okay. Now, do you agree with Margie that the school today are of more fun than the school mentioned in the story? Do answer in the comment box below. So do you agree with Margie that the school today are of more fun than the schools mentioned in the story? So if you think yes, the school presently are of more fun than the school mentioned in the virtual school during the pandemic, or it is better now, better in the pandemic and now it is not so good. So what is your opinion? Do let me know in the comment section. And one more question, what does the normal teacher refer and who is they refer to? These three questions, please do answer in the comment section. New video coming on frequently asked questions of geography lesson, geography chapter 1, India, size and location. Frequently asked questions of only long answer type. 5 marks question. Thank you.